Okay, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Smudcast number 486. Unhinged lesbian rants about Pixar's Luca Rainbow. Okay, so that is an actual title. This is an actual YouTuber. I've never heard of her before, thankfully. But we're going to dive right in and find out all about Miss, what the hell's her name? Rowan Ellis. Rowan is a girl's name? I thought it was
I guess I never heard it before.
I thought it was a boy's name. Okay, fine. She is sorry?
Is it something that through mitosis detached from Lindsay?
You know, I was like, is that Lindsay Ellis's cousin or something? I have no idea. But if you look at her,
something that I can determine just from the frame that we're on is that like she's blind coded because like she's wearing sunglasses inside the room.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe she just had bad glare or something. I don't know.
She wants to look quirky.
Quirky. Well, if you look at her YouTube channel, go to the About page. Her thumbnail, she has blue, like really bright blue hair. And
I can tell you why she has the sunglasses on. Look at how brightly she's lit up. She has the light source, the super light source right in front of her.
She's literally looking at the sun.
You want to see her big pale-faced neck and chest. That's what we got to look at. Okay.
I mean, if I sat in front of a daylight lamp, I might want to put on sunglasses as well because those things are damn bright.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on her About page, it says video essays about LGBTQ plus pop culture, representation, and history. Want to collaborate? Send me an email. Blah, 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 blah. All right, great. So she likes talking about the gay and the bi and the trans and whatever. That's cool. Good for you. All right. This video came out in 2021 in June. Has about 400,000 views, 44,000 upvotes, and 1.3 thousand downvotes. It is 18 minutes long.
That bookshelf in the back under the ceiling, that was not built by a man.
I don't know.
Look at it.
I'm just glad
the angle things. I don't know what you call them in English.
I'm just glad
they're not even on the same height.
I'm just glad she has books. I don't know if she's
that's great.
Yeah. That's
maybe it's just
what if like she's really
else.
fucking tall? Like she just like she can just reach it. She just stands up.
We'll see.
I don't think tall girls are this crazy, but it's possible. I think tall.
I know. There's some very crazy tall girls.
Oh yeah. Hey, don't spoil tall girls for me. I've dated.
You want me to go to story mode?
Well, no. But I'm just saying, the tall girls I know are pretty cool. So, anyway, let's not get into that realm. Let's get into the video because this is, again, I think a long video for us. And I watched the first minute. I was like, ooh, this is not going to go well. So we should get it over with as quickly as possible. 18 minutes of this girl in sunglasses ranting about a kid's film on why she thinks, well, I'm going to guess why she thinks it's about gay kids, which is disgusting.
Have you seen Luca?
No, I haven't. I've seen clips. I liked it, what I saw. I thought the story looked cute. I thought it looked fun and colorful. My nephew and niece saw it. I watched a little bit with them, but I haven't watched the whole thing, so I don't know, everything going on. But I know the premise, so.
Yeah. It's basically just like those kids. Well, I believe like the main character is Luca. I can't remember that much. But yeah, like those two are like some kind of monsters that can only turn into humans if they go to the surface.
Right.
Yeah, when they dry up.
Italian village.
Yeah, I know. The Italian.
And they're just friends.
Italian, was it an island village or something like that, or just a village?
Some very small coastal village, yeah. Okay,
and it's a fun story about two kids trying to explore and learn about the world outside of the ocean. That's it. Very simple.
They mistake it as like, I'm coming out of the closet because I want to like belong to a different community.
No, it's really, oh god, it's really just a story about friendship and adventure.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Two boys being friends and having a little adventure.
Yeah. All right. Here's Kyle Rocket. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the creators of Luca have to publicly state that the movie wasn't about a gay couple? Yes.
Yes, the director was harassed to the point that like he had to come out and tell them that like they are not gay. It was never intention, and all they want to do is to tell a story about kids growing up and bring friends.
And the kids are like,
nothing else.
Yeah, they were 10?
10 or 12. That's really, like the age.
They're not in puberty yet. None of the kids in the movie is in puberty except for the tall guy with his bit of... He's 16. That's the oldest kid in the movie. He has a bit of...
you mean the villain, quote-unquote villain?
The quote-unquote villain.
Yeah.
He has a bit of hair on his upper lip, and they later make fun of it. That's it. They're children. They cannot be sexual.
Yeah. And
if you say that these children are sexual at that age, you are a pedophile.
Yeah, this is the kind of reaction that makes me feel uneasy when people actually think this, because they're underage, and they could have strong feelings for each other, but there's no inclination that it's romantic, nor should there be an inclination. That doesn't make sense to me. But hey, you know what? Let her have her bit. We'll talk about her. That's fine. Let's go.
Hello. My lawyer has informed me that before the start of this video, I must read the following statement. For legal reasons, and so Mickey Mouse doesn't shoot off my kneecaps as I sleep tonight, this video is a joke. Buongiorno everyone, you may remember me from such classics as that chaotic Captain Marvel video and the one with the gay meerkats. Today, as you can tell by my incredible outfit and also the title of this video, I will be talking about the new Disney movie, Luca, and how absolutely gay it was. So here's the thing, when the trailer for this movie came out, I made a TikTok about how gay it was, and I...
Okay, this is something that I do not understand about Western culture. Like, no offense, but like there's like something. I made a TikTok about it. Like, who the fuck cares? Seriously, like, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, and this is the trailer.
You watch the movie, you watch the trailer, okay? Like, you see kids. Like, first thing you think, are they homosexual? Like, no, no sex at all. Like, no. They are not even romantic in this movie. Yeah. No one is.
So they have to use dumb terms.
Yeah, there is no sort of romance in this movie. It is the most innocent movie you could imagine.
Right, and they have to invent terms like gay coded because they have to imply something that they see that they think is there, and invent this whole language to associate children as being future gay or eventually going to become gay because they have best friends or whatever.
Yeah, these people are seriously obsessed with interpreting any sort of friendship as sexual love.
And like, Luca is bored out of his mind.
Turning Red, and Turning Red does have sexual undertones. The whole metaphor is about that of the movie. But the group of 4 girls that are the protagonist group, if you will. They are not sexual with each other in any way. They're just friends. It's a normal group of friends. Yet there are these weirdos on Twitter and on other social media that go about and claim this is a polyamorous, platonic love.
What
thing?
And
the girls are 13. The girls are 13.
Okay.
These people are insane.
Doesn't like one of the characters even have like a card that like, hey, like I'm 13, but in Toronto it means that I'm already an adult?
Oh no, it's a bus ticket thing.
Oh yes.
Bus ticket. And I don't know, Smart. You live in that general area of the world. Can you tell us? Does your bus ticket say whether you're an adult or something?
There are adult passes. There are adult tickets. You can get children's passes. You can get children's tickets. Nowadays,
you get an adult pass when you're 13.
Also, this movie is set in 2002 for some reason.
Oh, okay. Yeah, back then there were definitely passes for kids. Yeah, nowadays everyone's using Presto, but even then we have Presto passes for kids as well. So.
Yeah, and then she had her bus ticket that also seemed to state her age or something.
Well, you know what? A bus driver,
big letters, adult.
A bus driver will go, "Oh, you're paying for the full fare as an adult? even though you're a kid, sure. Who cares? That's fair.
Okay, that is absolutely not explained in the movie why the 13-year-old girl has a bus ticket that says adult. It's
Probably her big brothers. It doesn't
all,
matter. Yeah, they don't care.
It sounds very strange when you have a movie that has the whole shtick of it is a period metaphor.
Yeah, I know.
And a do with your body what you want, not what others tell you metaphor. And then start a movie off by saying I'm 13 and I'm an adult. That is a very, very strange mix of things.
Yeah, it depends, because sometimes it would be cheaper to buy, also tax effective as well, to buy a whole year's worth of passes per month. And they sort of did away with that because it's got more expensive. And then they finally introduced the Presto system, which was like just a few years ago. So yeah, you could use your bigger brothers or your parents' pass, and they don't care so long as you have proper fare. You can pay extra price for a kid, because the reason why you buy a children's pass is it's cheaper, and there were people or young adults who looked young who paid money for the child's pass because it was cheaper. So that's the only reason you do that. But using an adult pass, who cares? No one cares.
Yeah, it's just why was that in the movie then?
It's probably to make a joke about TTC.
Yeah, but when it's just this one joke and there's nothing else, okay, forgettable and probably stupid. But with all the other elements in it, it really gives you a strange vibe about that movie.
Okay, the only thing I noticed, because I didn't watch the film yet, I saw it again. My nephew comes by with her niece, and my brother puts on Disney Plus, and I saw a few clips of Turning Red. And they mentioned there's the Skydome scene. I'm like, really? Oh, that's cool. And they call it the Skydome because that was back in 20 years ago when it was called the Skydome. That's the stuff I care about, because that's like everyone calls the Rogers Center the Skydome because that's what it was originally called. So stuff like that, like landmarks that you remember, that has value to me. But whatever's the culture of Toronto is nothing spectacular. There's nothing special about it. I don't know what the big deal is.
The movie is okay and bland. Like it's not even that funny. And personally, it goes hard into this CalArts bean mouth thing in 3D. It's absolutely atrocious with giant teeth. But if you ignore the metaphor, it's just a dull movie. If you watch it with the metaphor in mind, it really rubs me the wrong way. But that is still not what these Fujoshi, like she here, sees in the movie, who see, they're the polyamorous all-girls relationship with each other.
Yeah, I know.
That is not in there. There is a lot of creepy stuff in there, but not that.
And it's creepy for me that they're talking about Disney flicks, which...
Speaking of creepy, Mike.
Oh, hey, Mike, how's it going?
Howdy.
Hey, so you want to watch this wonderful lesbian movie critic talk about a bunch of homosexual children? Okay, here we go.
I feel like I did, because I literally have finished watching this movie about 10 minutes ago, and all I've done since is sent out some text messages to friends being like, I really just want to make a chaotic video about this. Should I do that? To give them time to tell me, no, Rowan, you're meant to be on holiday. This isn't your house. You're in an Airbnb. You're meant to be relaxing.
So wait, this is...
Oh, this is not her house.
So all these books are not hers?
No, this is she's just renting this place.
Oh my God.
She's broken into someone's
This is a
home.
stage play.
Yeah, this
We
is all
have been
fake.
deceived.
No, it would have been funny just by the end of the video. Hey, what are you doing in my house? Just
Whisp was
stop me.
already doing like her usual analysis, like, that positioning is bad. What
Yeah,
kind...
come on, come on.
Look at the furniture. Like, this kind of person would never have that kind of old piano in the room.
Yeah, but my thought was that maybe she's in the house of her grandparents or of her parents, and then she just inherited it or something. But the bookshelf in the back, that really disturbs my autism. Look at it.
It is a little... Look at the one on the right. That annoys me. The one like that. It's...
I can't look at it. I have my eyes closed. No.
The rest are less bad, yes. But there's one book on the left that caught my eye. The red one, right at the almost at the edge, lowest thing. I think it says Putinism.
What? What the hell is your site like?
How the hell can you see that?
What are you doing? Are you like face right next to the screen?
With the power of autism.
All right, never mind. This is not our house. Who cares? Let's keep going.
Get out of my swamp.
So we started recording. There are going to be people who have clicked on this video specifically to hate on it, who have seen the title and are like, you shouldn't have gay people in children's media. That's wrong. Get out of here. This video is...
No, they're not gay.
No,
they're
don't have
children.
any sexual things in a children's movie. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there is no such thing as gay children. You're having the logic backwards. Woman, person.
Yeah, let me justify my own craziness because I don't like you. I was like, what? Okay.
Like people in the chat are distracted by our derpy avatars. That's great. Matthews made them. Thank Matthews. Her straw man. This is a straw man. Her straw man is people don't want gay people in their children's movies. Okay, you could make that argument if we were talking about a movie with gay people in it. However, what she wants is not gay people in a children's movie. She wants gay prepubescents.
Yeah, like because like where she's coming from is that like the fact, supposedly like the fact that like she has in her head that like these children are gay is already proven, and that like people don't want gay people in the movie. Yes, yeah, we are not even talking about that. It's all just gaslighting.
My headcanon is stronger than your arguments. Like, okay, sure.
This video isn't for you. You can watch one of my other videos justifying how that's like an incorrect opinion to hold. I can't be bothered with this video trying to justify it. We're just going to go for it. Okay, so here's the thing.
I should like make a video on like why gay characters should be in children's. But what?
Well,
it just popped up on the right top corner.
She can't be bothered to argue her point.
I'm scared.
I'm going to go with what I believe, guys. Forget logic, forget reason, forget evidence. Throw it out the door. We don't care.
I want a police investigation into this woman.
Well, thankfully she's just talking about a movie. That's about it. Anyway. I believe there is something to the idea that some pedophiles want to justify their own depravity by turning everything into that is completely innocent into, oh, it's totally sexual and so on, and thereby normalize it. They try to normalize their weird thing, the dangerous thing, to be honest. Yeah. Okay.
Like in this wheelie chair, it's very chaotic. I feel like to have. I also know that some people are going to be like, actually, the writers and directors of this movie have come out to say that it specifically isn't meant to be a queer story. I have a secret for you. If you are a writer or a director of a film and so many people have commented on the apparent queer subtext of your movie that you have to come out and make a statement saying actually it isn't gay, it means it's gay. Like,
no, it means that there's a lot of people we should put behind bars.
If you think argument ad populum makes sense and you're unwilling to argue why you think this, do you see why we call you a joke?
And look, it's here it's death of the author. When before J.K. Rowling got cancelled, when the author said, "Oh, by the way, retroactively, Dumbledore's gay,"
yeah,
then everybody cheered and argued with, "Oh, it's not in the books, yes, but the author said it."
Yeah, see,
so it's always when the author says it's gay, it's gay.
Yeah.
When the author says it's not gay, it's gay.
When we talk about J.K. Rowling, I always point that out, that is the one thing she did wrong. She says retroactively, this is what really happened, which is the guy was gay.
I think she's waking up from that.
I hope so, because every time she opens her mouth about feminism or being female, she's always proactive and very nice and kind. And
she's recently admitted in her roasting of Walsh, she admitted or let through that she had an abusive husband or something before.
Yeah.
and because Vosh reminded her of him, and that could explain her general behavior. This is just a guess on my part, and because a common it's not a conscious strategy. It's more of a sort of coping mechanism or pleading. It's maladaptive, really, that you try to appease the abuser in your relationship all the time. And when you do this for years and years on end, it becomes almost second nature. So I can imagine that when the woke mob came after her and maybe complained that there's not enough gay people in the story, that this maladaptive defense mechanism of trying to appease her abuser came through again and tried to appease the crowd that was getting after her. And so she said, that character's gay, and that character's gay, and then this and that and the other.
Yeah. Well, and
now she's realized with the Vosh thing, especially, that and taking a hard stance on the trans thing, where I do agree with her, that she's realizing that, oh, wait, I can't appease these people. It never works. Yeah. They always want more, and they will always keep abusing me. They will always keep haunting me, just like my abusive husband.
Yeah, and this goes with any people who see things that aren't there, and she's going to apply argument ad populum to justify this is what is really there because a bunch of people say so. This is insanity. This is no different than the fans of Mass Effect who had buyer's remorse with the ending of Mass Effect 3. Everyone believed, or not everyone, but everyone in that group believed in the indoctrination theory. This must be true. We're just waiting for it to be true, and they'll eventually release the DLC update. It's like it's the same nonsense. Just because a group of people on the internet say it's so doesn't mean it is.
I would say in that scenario, we have a special situation where the product just ended on such a letdown note that people were thinking this just can't be right. If you're a halfway decent writer, you would write something sensible, and the indoctrination theory looked like the next best thing that made more sense than what people got.
Because everything else was so garbage, exactly. What else you got?
Yeah, but that's not the same as interpreting homosexuality into Luca.
Oh yeah,
that's
sure.
That's just something that isn't there. The indoctrination theory is something you can argue.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If any group just comes together and says we think this, therefore it must be true, therefore it is. Like, no, it's not what happened. It's still a theory. The same way you theorize that these kids might grow up to be gay or some nonsense.
It is still headcanon, and in this case, she can imagine into the movie whatever she wants. Her thoughts are free, and they're free to remain in her head as well. But those thoughts also make her a pedophile.
And I don't want to say that, but that's what it's implying. Yeah. So anyway, here's GigaChat, and we'll keep on going. They say wearing sunglasses indoors is a mark of a douchebag unless you have glaucoma. But since douchebags kind of only works as an insult to a guy, what is a woman when she does it? Also, what's with that loud-ass shirt? She's on vacation. I don't know where.
Yeah, like we need to see that she's on vacation in every aspect.
She's wearing the sunglasses, yeah.
Also, I only support guys wearing sunglasses at night. That's badass.
I all this time I try to make a joke about that, but I failed.
All right. Okay.
Not at the point.
So I can.
Tyler Preston, you like to swear in your donations, but okay. Speaking of the horse fucker, Canoer defended Vosh. Who's Canoer?
I don't care.
When you're talking about that, I'm like, manure? Like, what are you talking? Canoer defended Vosh by saying that Rowling literally advocated for the abuse of trans children. No, she didn't.
There is no trans children.
No, the opposite. The opposite.
Okay.
It's literally projection.
All right.
It's literally.
It's safe to assume that Canoer is a child diddler who also gets off dressing like a woman. Who is Canoer? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
No, never heard of them.
He's about to be manure.
Well, that's what I thought.
The thing is, Rowling defends things like the Texas bill that forbids schools of elementary schools and below, so kindergarten, to talk about. I don't know if it includes critical race theory. I haven't read through all of the different states that are starting these things right now. But it definitely forbids the schools from talking about sexuality at large, and that includes all this gender ideology stuff. To talk to kids about gender identity and what figuring out what gender they are when they're elementary school kids, they're kindergarten kids. They shouldn't know about any of that. They shouldn't have to think about that. They do not think about that by themselves naturally. That comes with puberty, and that's the point where you can start talking in your biology classes.
Oh God, I know who that person is. It's that crazy person who wants to be transsexual, but like is
what?
Really not.
Wants to be transsexual.
we have covered that thing, Whisp, like a while ago, and I was subjecting of covering that video a few days ago.
Oh no! What
Anyway,
I probably have repressed the memory.
Let's
Thing is,
not talk about
Rowling is for these bills that protect the children, and any Saint Tranny is as well, and the trans activists, communists, and people like her are against these bills because they want to teach 5-year-olds about masturbation and anal sex and that they are really the other sex and should take hormones and shit.
Yeah, that's like really bothering me that like whenever like people are trying to like get off those materials from schools and then they get outraged about them, and then you ask them like what are the materials that they are taking off, and then you see that like it was a book that was literally telling you how to get a blowjob. And then you want to argue with them that like, hey, are you really defending this book that it should be taught to children in schools? And then the conversation stops, and it's just like about like strawmans, nothing else.
Yeah,
absolute waste of time.
Yeah, and it's the same. These same people are against proper diagnostics for gender dysphoria. They just want the self-identification stuff. So when you combine telling little children long before puberty and about this weird nonsense, this pseudoscience stuff they made up, and confuse them about gender and sex and all of that stuff, while wanting that there are no proper diagnostics, only self-ID, then lots of these children will falsely transition and castrate themselves. And likely actually suicide. And when they would instead, if they had not been subject to this crap, would have just been normal people. Healthy people, happy people. So the people bringing actual harm and danger upon the children, especially children, is the activists, the trans activists, the left.
All right.
People like her.
All right. Let's see what she has to say about Luca still.
This is point that I have on my list, but like I'm not being funny, it's about mermaids, dude. I know they're not technically mermaids, they're sea monsters, but like whatever. You cannot be making a movie about some like gay little mermaid boys who live on the Italian Riviera, right? And not expect and make them gay and not expect people to like.
They're not gay.
They're not gay. What
They're not displaying any romantic. Like the older kid, the older kid is like lonely as fuck, and like he's on like a smaller island in the tower all by himself. And Luca finds him, and they like finally like have something to do. Like, they want to discover like what's on that island because they have never been there all their lives.
Yeah,
like, they just want to like discover new things. Like it's more like the helicopter parents of Luca are just not letting Luca like do his own things. Like Luca is desperate to like discover the world. Like every single time LGBT people see this as something that it's isn't really about friendship because they don't understand friendship.
Yeah,
that's so sad.
You're right. Every time it's just this coming of age is not just you get sexual. No, it is getting away from the German word we use, we say abnabeln. When you get away from the overarching supervision of your parents, when you start to want to do your own stuff. And Luca wants his adventure. He wants to find out new things. He's curious.
Yes.
And that's all that is. It's becoming your own self away from your parents. That has nothing to do with sexuality.
So I guess this is a form of observer bias where she just sees they're gay and then she argues, well, why don't you come out and say they are? It's like, what? Like, dude, he just said they're not. And now you're saying, how could you expect us to believe you? And we all think this. It's like you're making no points. You're just reaffirming what you think. This is not how logic works. I don't know why she thinks this is healthy or intelligent to make a claim. Because you could make an argument for that. I think they are blah, 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 whatever, and go through your points. But you don't start getting angry at the creator for saying the thing you disagree with because you think otherwise. That's not how arguments are founded. This is not even helping anyone. I'm not even sure who this is for. You're not changing anyone's mind here. You're just sounding like a lunatic.
Rich in the chat says it's called Fujo Vision.
Okay, fair enough.
Fujo Vision. That's a good, cool word.
All right.
Yeah. And Mars, thank you for translating. Abnabeln would be, if you translate it, cutting the umbilical cord.
Cool. Okay. Here's 14. Benadry is a day. I don't know what that means, but thank you. I think the last guy meant to type glaucoma. The last guy did type glaucoma, and he spelled it right. Now, back to the topic. Since people theorizing things now make it so, me and my boys theorize that the rat from Ratatouille organized the attack on Charlie Hebdo. It is now fact. You can't argue with me. Yeah, that's you're pretty much closing your brain off just like her. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, even if the authors say no, the rat has nothing to do with Charlie Hebdo at all.
Yeah, no, it's like with the trucker convoy in Canada. Oh, they're all a bunch of Nazis. It's like, name me one. Give me one guy who's a Nazi. Oh, the Pat King. When did he wave the flag? When did he want white supremacy? When did he want any of that?
Oh, he has a name?
Well, that's the guy they point to because he was kind of getting angry and ranting throughout the years because he's just a passionate, angry man who doesn't like Trudeau, and I think that's pretty common in Canada these days.
You don't need to be a Nazi to not like Trudeau.
Yeah, I know. But other than that, I'm asking him, like, right now I'm on Twitter with this nut job. It's like, give me examples. Please give me examples. Point to the name. This is what happens on Twitter. They don't care. They have no evidence, and then they block you.
Yeah, isn't that a lovely place?
Fantastic place. Anyway, back to her ranting that her observer bias should be true, and now she's getting angry at the director for disagreeing with her.
For not indulging in her sexual fantasy about little boys.
Which doesn't make sense.
Are we supposed to think that the director is blackmailed by Disney? That no, you can't talk about the gay people, okay? Like Disney of all places. Disney is modern Disney that is enabling all these things.
Yeah.
Because don't tell me that they can't admit that they would be gay because of Chinese market. No, there's no way I'm going to believe that Luca was meant for the Chinese market.
No, it's just a true innocent kids movie.
Yeah.
And when I watched it, because I watched it after we had people that with this nonsense already. So I was kind of primed on looking out for things that could be interpreted as that. And I tell you, not a single frame, not a single still frame in that movie could be misinterpreted. There's not a scene where there's a lingering stare or something or anything else. There's not a single frame in that movie that could be interpreted in this way. It's not there.
Okay.
It is so not there. It's almost negative.
Okay, let's go.
You just can't. Author's secret. It doesn't matter what the writers say. It doesn't matter what the director says. The author's dead, baby, right? We make the rules. If we see it and we can justify it,
Okay, but
I can't justify it.
There's one thing, because at the first 10 seconds of this video, like she says, like this is all a joke. So like, should we take that seriously?
I don't know.
Or,
No.
is that like her escape the joke?
No, she said it's a joke in regards to something specific, but I don't remember.
Oh, this is the donkey defense. Everything I say is a joke.
It's just a joke. Haha, funny video.
Yeah, but
so
even
funny.
if she does, this is...
You're just nitpicking. I'm right. Fuck you.
Yeah, but even if we accepted that cop out, it's nothing else, then there's no point making the video about something so disgusting. That's not funny. Have you ever thought about the children sexually abused woman? Do you think it's funny for them? You, the type who's likely a feminist, who goes on about, rape culture, rape culture. You are rape culture. You sexualize little boys.
Okay. Welcome to English Lit 101, gang.
Yeah,
I added lots of blush across my nose and cheeks because I'm getting into character.
Well, your costume's very garbage.
This movie explored queerness in 3 different ways, right? So the first way was self-discovery. The second way is the relationship with queer people and their families. And the third way is the relationship between queer people and society. And you might be like, Rowan, what, you're meant to be doing a slightly unhinged video. Why are you suddenly breaking it into different sections? It's because I've never been relaxed for a day in my life, and as I was watching,
that's a damn
I was
shame.
making notes. So number one, let's talk about self-discovery, right?
This
element is basically Luca is the one who is kind of discovering himself, okay? And what happens is he comes out of the ocean, he becomes a little human boy, and he makes friends with Alberto, right? His self-discovery is very much through the lens of this boy Alberto.
No. This is just a magical ability that all the sea monsters have. Spoilers, all the sea monsters turn into humans when they get dry.
Let's imagine...
When they get wet, they turn into sea monsters.
Let's
again.
imagine...
Physiology.
Let's try something different. Obviously, she's insane. But let's imagine the sea monsters turn into the opposite gender, like a little girl as opposed to that, right? And all the little girls that were sea monsters, of course, just have normal adventures. They go around exploring this, eating food and whatever. There's nothing sexual about it. There's nothing remotely about being a sea monster or being a girl. There's no There's nothing like that. These people would say, well, clearly this is a trans analogy between what it means to be coming out when you're a little boy or a little girl. You really want to be something else, even though there's zero evidence supporting that aside from the magical transformation from one to the other. That's what we would get. It's this,
and there was a story in Terranigma that went like that, where you get to the underwater kingdom of the mermaids, and you get the story of how the mermaids came to be, and the mermaids are all the reborn souls of anyone who died at sea, and everyone turns into a female mermaid. Everyone, but they retain their memories. And there's one character, one female mermaid, who was the cook on a ship and was a man, and asks you to bring an item, I think the engagement ring, to the former, the fiancé. That's a side quest. And even there, I would not make the trans argument, because that's a mythological thing. That's just the rule is when you die at sea, you are reborn as a mermaid.
Yeah, it's just an aspect of the fantasy element or the function of the creature to do this, like I don't know, something becoming a butterfly. It has nothing to do with the psychology or the understanding or the trials of what people who are like that go through. It's just an element of the magic of the story, nothing more. Yeah. And they will take that and run with it.
And it's because the people like her don't understand what we go through at all, and they don't want to, because it destroys their narrative and belief.
Yeah, and she's going to give us English 101 here, and I'm like, okay, bring it on. Let's see what you got for
the way she's
mythology.
Climbing around on the chair is absolutely creepy.
Well, okay.
than him. He's really cool. He's really like knowledgeable, and Luca has a crush.
No, he doesn't.
You know what?
Fuck.
No, he doesn't. He just wants to be friends because no one in that small community under the sea understands him, or even at his age. Like, he doesn't have any kids to play with, and the parents do not understand this. Instead, they see it that Luca doesn't behave properly. He doesn't do his duties, and it's like, it's a very typical thing that like kids do. Kids are very easy to get bored, and if you don't have the proper like friends or like upbringing, then they will act against their parents. It's vicious. That's like a very basic thing to understand. And what happens here is that Luca escapes because like he was supposed to like send to his uncle deep to sea, and like he just doesn't want any of to do with that. So he just goes to like this small world, and like he meets with this new friend, and then they discover this village. That's it. They just go for an adventure. Like how hard it is.
Yeah, Luca wants to. Luca is interested in finding new things, understanding new things. He's fascinated by them. He's a very smart kid.
Like they discover like what is that? Like they build like a bike. Or, like, they want the Vespa. The Vespa is like the goal for them. Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the magical goal they want to get. And because it means total freedom. The Vespa can get us to anywhere we want to go. And what was the other boy's name? Something with A. Because I always think of Bruno,
Alberto?
but that was just a meme. That was just the reference meme.
Alberto, I believe.
Alberto, yes. And he had made his steps on land, so he is teaching Luca, but he's helping him get on land, making his first steps, not falling over. But Alberto himself is just, most of the time, he's just telling tall tales. He doesn't actually know anything from the surface. He's just bumbling around. But it's just adventure and curiosity about the world out there. It's not about love. It's about adventure, discovery of the world, not of your sexuality, and also not of yourself. I do not remember there anything in this movie being about self-discovery. It's all about, I want to understand what's out there in the world, what's fun, how things work, and I want to get away from my parents, because while I do worry about my parents, they want to stifle my development, my learning anything about the world, because they are too worried about me. And the parent characters, they're really fun. They're fun to watch in the movie. But it's just, it's pure innocence. You need to be insane to see what she sees in there. Like a crush? What the fuck?
It is so innocent.
Luca stays too long in the tower trying to build the first trash Vespa with Alberto, because he's too nice a kid. He's the really helpful kid who he wanted to go right away, but then he started helping Alberto build the Vespa, and he wanted to leave, but just add one more piece, and it was almost nighttime. Because he's interested in the stuff. It's all new, and he likes to help. Apparently, he's a really good kid. None of that has anything to do with love. Nothing.
Oh no! See, I'm sorry. It's the only time I'm going to do an accent in this whole video. I apologize. Because that whole thing, it's like, hey, if you have a little voice in your head that's telling you no, that's telling you not to try things, that's telling you to like be safe in your little bubble that you've been growing up in, just say silence, Bruno. Just say no. We're going to try new things. We're going to put ourselves out there, okay? So Bruno in this situation, right, is like a manifestation of heteronormativity. It's a manifestation.
What
the fuck?
Oh. Hetero what?
Heteronormativity, meaning everything has to be heterosexual. And no, it's not that. Bloody hell. when you're gay, you kind of know what gets you hot. It's not a thing about heteronormativity telling you have to be not gay. You know whether you are or not. It's not about trying things out. You see here. She implies if you invert her words here to get the meaning that she's trying to get across. Really, is she wants Luca to try out being gay.
This is... I don't even think this is feminism anymore. I think this is her retarded version that kids are being taught, or I don't know where she got this, to even conceive of the word of heteronormativity.
But I think like it starts from the fact that like she wants to see this and everything, which is a bit sad. But like we have to accept this because like she's a clown.
Yeah.
I don't want to say this though, but the thing is that like you can't even see that like is like because there's the fisherman who is like very he wants to kill sea monsters because they see sea monsters as something that they need to like extinguish so like they can have more fish. And you can't say that because like the entire population of the sea monsters would mean that they are gay. So that's not a gay allegory that they are sea monsters.
It would mean that the parents are gay because they
how would you say that their parents are gay and they have a kid? Oh my god.
That's another thing. Imagine her with this mindset. Being the preschool teacher of your kids, of your 4 or 5-year-olds. And there are those types of women.
Well, I would slap her in the face. That is why these
people... What?
I would slap her in the face if that would happen, but okay.
Yeah, but you need to find you first need to find out that she's preaching this shit to your little kids. And that is what these bills are about. That J.K. Rowling is in favor of. And that many trans women are in favor of. The real ones, you know, not the weird fetishists.
All right.
To prevent people like her from sexualizing your children, your single-digit age children.
Of the ways in which, as a young queer person, you are told that there is a pressure inside you, right? An internalized homophobia that tells you...
What?
What the fuck?
Internalized homophobia. What the... What?
Is she like trying to criticize what is the norm?
You could argue that kids are just gonna laugh at anything they find funny, and that could be homophobia, but they're kids. They don't know better.
Yeah, they just laugh at you for being weird. Or for what they think is weird, that's all. Or just to laugh at you for some reason. As well, that's how bullying works. You can just make shit up and laugh about that, and it hits just the way, so just the same. Bloody hell, I can't fathom this woman.
I'm writing this down because I find this a new form of crazy.
We've seen this form of crazy with Noralities.
And Maggie.
That was
the limited fashion with Lindsay Ellis.
That is
and
like
with Red.
Not so much with Red. I would say with Noralities, we can chalk it up to her fetish, and she's just being weird because she is weird. This girl actually, like, this is what she believes. Like, she's looking into the camera and saying, "I think this. I have these words in my mouth, and I'm preaching this to the screen." She's
just more clearly speaking out what the others think.
Oh, I know these aren't her ideas, but I'm just saying that it sounds like she actively concerns herself with this nonsense, and she's going between manic and serious, starting off this video trying to be cute, and then going to serious, then saying, "Oh, this is all a joke," and then da-da-da. It's like, okay, wait, slow down here. If you're trying to be serious, present an argument. She's not doing that. She's trying to be goofy and what's the word? Show-offy, showboaty. Like, I'm smart, and everyone who doesn't believe in me is dumb because they don't think how smart I am. I was like, no. We need evidence. We need actual terms that make sense, and we need to be proven that you're not a wannabe pedophile. That's what we need. Because as any of those don't add up, we're like, whoop, you are out of here. You have a serious problem. And anyone with kids or nephews and nieces would not want you anywhere near them, let alone to be teaching people on YouTube. Anyway. Okay, we're almost at 4 minutes.
You cannot do that. You cannot be that. And by saying, like, silence Bruno, you allow yourself to experience these things. You allow yourself to try, put yourself into, situations that traditionally you're told you're not allowed to be in. Oftentimes in media, queer young people are described as, like, being the outsider, stuff like that, like in kind of coy terms. In this movie, they use the term underdogs because I'm also fully...
Every kid's an outsider. Every kid does not feel they fit in. This is nothing special.
I think this is the first time she discovers the word underdog.
Yeah. She really sees this in every single detail and aspect that she can see it in.
I think this is the type of person that you show Pong, and then she says oh, this is about giving the ball to one spectrum to the other. It's the more you hit it back, the more gay you are.
Yeah, but this is the same as Pac-Man, and this advertises drug addiction.
Yes.
And all of these other really weird things. This is the type. This is her reasoning here is, I'd say, indistinguishable from delusional schizophrenia. She is like the person, maybe caricature, but like the person with the room full of notes and post-it stamps and maps on the walls and newspaper articles with things and lines between them, and frantically telling you that she's found the answer and it's all the kids are gay. That's her. She sees it everywhere. The number 23. So the kids being gay, being homosexual, is her number 23. And it's everywhere. In the underdog, it's in getting out of the water, it's in getting away from the parents, it's in having a friendship with the other kid, it's in getting into the village that they don't know the culture of, it's in everything is proof to her that she is right and that the kids must be gay, and that it's an allegory for kids being gay, 10-year-old boys who have not even entered puberty, who have no sexual desires, no sexual drives. And the girl in the party, that the human girl that they befriend, it does neither. They all just become friends, and not. There's no relationship that has anything to do with the different sexes. It's just these are three kids, and they become friends. They're their own little clique, if you will.
Okay.
For a moment, Alberto is a bit jealous because Luca is spending so much time with the girl, because she teaches him about science, about the universe, what the stars are made of, and about the solar system. And Luca, being a bright kid, he wants to know it all. He's amazed by that. And Alberto, of course, with his tall tales, he misses Luca, so he's a little bit jealous of her for a time. But that has nothing to do with love. That is just, I have a friend. My friend's not spending time with me anymore. He's spending time with that other kid. So, I want to spend time with my friend again. Want to play. Want to train to win the tournament, to get the money to buy the Vespa. That's it. It's nothing sexual anywhere. Not anywhere.
All right.
This is video, but I'm also fully aware of the fact that Juliet. Okay, so I've just realised that beeping is the fire alarm in this Airbnb whose batteries have run out. So the fire alarm is also going to be adding to the chaos. We're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, I'm feeling the need to pace. Basically,
you take it out and fix it now.
Luca and Alberto is the center point of his self-discovery, okay? So he's having this crush for the first time, clearly. The relationship between them is really very clearly kind of cute, innocent childhood crush romance coded, right? So let's talk about...
It's not a childhood crush. What are you talking about? You better explain to us exactly on what points you see that. What exact
he
things?
doesn't
Because all you
have
make
any
is-
friends in the start of the movie. Like,
Right.
if you
Yeah,
see like
not an-
one person that cares about you, you're gonna be like, yeah, like I want to like be around this person. And it's like I really don't understand like how can friendship like act like that for them, especially when it's just kids.
Yeah, you're right. There's not a single other kid.
Yeah, like you know, like how desperate a lonely child is for attention for like someone. Like they gotta express it like that. They are so happy to have some company. It's just
He's basically living on a farm with his parents.
yes. And the parents
other
are
picture.
using the worst method to like get him to grow up by sending him away to the uncle.
Yeah, to the deep sea where there's only darkness and whale carcasses floating about.
Yeah, it's like very clear for you, like the metaphors. And then by the end of the movie, the parents realized that, like, yeah, like that's it wasn't a problem that like we let the kid to like discover things for himself, because it turns out like half the village is sea monsters themselves.
Oh, not half, but a lot.
Like at least like a quarter. I think a quarter of them like turns into like sea monsters.
It was just the two old women. And I had this feeling right at the beginning of the movie when that scene first happened, when they were first shown. I thought like they look as if they know, as if they can see through Luca's uniform.
Yes.
Like, what? Well, and I just put it into the back of my head. And at the end, there's the reveal. They took in the rain. They take down the umbrellas and reveal themselves, and because everybody's happy. It just looks more that there's more people. Because you have Luca and Alberto in the rain, and then when his parents finally catch up to them, they just don't care about the blanket they're both carrying so that they don't get wet. They just run towards him and turn back into sea monsters. And then you have the two old women as well.
Because there's also the grandma who was like...
She joins later.
She joins later, but like she also mentions that like it's like a cool place to be there, and then the parents like shut her up that like, oh no, it's dangerous.
Yeah, and
they just don't know.
Yeah, and at the end when everybody gets pasta from the one-armed fisherman, and she just sits down, and the parents are surprised. What are you doing here? Like, I'm here every weekend. It's because she was never worried about Luca, because she knew he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna be careful enough, and he's gonna figure it out. And it's just a very nice. I thought it was very well written because the grandmother was never put at the forefront. She was like foreshadowed as the wise one who's like the wise magical creature that tells you, yes, go on, be courageous. But she's not that. She's just asleep in her bed all the time. That you could say is a subversion of a trope, but it's not that important. But it's not that many people in the village. I think it's only the other two old ladies. I don't think there was anyone else. But it's this. It was a wonderful scene because the whole village stands around, many with their harpoons. All they then see is Luca and Alberto helping up the girl from the bicycle, and then Luca's parents run to their little boy, worrying about him. And all the village then sees is, this is a family. They care about each other. And that's how they are accepted. Because, look, this is just a family. There's the one-armed fisherman. He looks like a strong man. Walks up. And because he sees through it. And just says, I know who you are. And calls Luca by his name.
He's the first one to like stand up for them too.
Yeah, and just then treats him like a boy, just like a kid, regardless of species, just like a kid. And that is how you don't need. I like that the movie didn't do this over dramatic, hyper explicit showing all the village people going, ooh, ah, oh, No, it's just a relatively quiet scene. And I think that gives it much more impact. It was very well done. I was extremely surprised by the movie. And while it does this CalArts beam off a little bit, it's not annoying. It's not in your face like in Turning Red, where it's just obnoxious. In that movie, it's done decently and not annoying. I think that's the closest thing to a criticism I could bring to the movie, and it's not even one that I even noticed that much.
All right, we're going to go for a few more minutes because I don't think anything she's going to say is really valuable for us to sink our teeth into, because it's just all ideology. There's
she's gonna act more like an unhinged groomer jumping around in front of the camera.
Yeah, if this was a little more low key and with examples and we could point and laugh, that'd be it. But she's just ranting. It's like, this is not conductive for learning or even criticizing. It's just, this is crazy. Then this is crazy. Now she's saying even crazy.
I'll be honest with you. I have met some crazy wine aunts in my life. Some of them allegedly therapists. When you're an alcoholic, you can't be a therapist. But well, nobody reports them. She's acting like them. She has her passion topic, and then these people, all of them, act like she does, get completely unhinged. I don't know whether she's hooked on wine. I don't know that, but she's acting like those very women, and that scares me, honestly, because some of them got very sadistic in how they acted and how they talked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try it for at least 1/3 way, because I'm not getting anything from this video.
So let's talk about some elements of it, okay? First of all, let's talk about Alberto's jealousy for a second, because oh my god, he is so obviously jealous of
he is jealous.
Luca's friendship with this girl, right?
Yeah, because she's spending time with her.
Annoyed and frustrated and has that anger that like kids have.
Just explain that.
When they are jealous, but they don't really understand why they're feeling that way. Like, it was so obviously to me the idea of like.
No, Alberto does exactly know why he's feeling that way. He explains it to Luca even. He's not spending time with him on the usual stuff that they do. And Luca is just completely, I don't want to say enamored, because that plays into, this is a word to justify her. But he's just transfixed on all the knowledge that the girl is providing him with, and that's why he's spending more time with her. That's all it is. It's just my best friend that I found, because they're best friends, and they are logically best friends because there's no other kids around. My best friend isn't spending time with me right now, while we wanted to work to get this Vespa. That's it. He's lonely, like he was before Luca appeared. That's all. It's nothing to do with gayness.
Yeah.
As a crush, and is annoyed at his crush hanging out and seeming to like maybe be interested in someone else, but he can't really necessarily articulate that, which goes like double, triple for queer people who like aren't meant to be feeling
double, triple
anyway as well. The whole storyline between these two boys is that they want to buy a Vespa and run away together. They want to run away into the Italian countryside together.
No, not run away. Not run away.
They want to discover more things. Go on an adventure.
Look, yeah, there's a big difference between running away and seeing the world. Adventure, like Mark said. It's a completely different thing. One is moving towards something, the other is getting away from something. I can make a comparison to that, but that's going to bore everyone now because I've told it 50 times in the first few Smudcasts I was here. So let's go on.
Yeah, no, this is going nowhere.
Vespa's springing for 2 Vespas. They're not going one each. They want to go on 1 Vespa. With Alberto...
No, you bloody idiot. They won't even... From the tournament that's there, the triathlon in the little village, the prize money would not be enough to buy 2 Vespas, let alone 1. All they could afford from that would be some old rust bucket, some old used rusted through Vespa from a pawn shop. But it would be a Vespa. She doesn't. This woman doesn't understand money.
Well, it seems like she doesn't.
So don't. If anyone is dumb enough to marry this woman,
No.
Don't give her any money.
Well,
she doesn't know how to spend it.
I don't think she's paying attention to the film itself. She's twisting the facts to facilitate her delusion. And this is why I'm saying this is not helping. Because if she actually referenced the film, she would see, oh, I'm wrong. I'm making shit up. But the thing is, if she did reference the film and point to it, she'd have better arguments because her opinion would change. And she could still throw that stupid, well, this is really about, whatever coding nonsense words she wants to invent. We can at least play with that. But now it's just like, this is wrong. This is not the plot. This is not the motivation of the characters. This is not a PG-14 film or whatever you want to call a kid's romance or a new age, I don't know what you would call this, high school romance, perhaps. It's not a rom-com. It's none of that. This is for kids. This is a fun kids film about adventure, which is pretty straightforward emotion.
Yeah, it's not a puberty story.
Yeah, kids like running around and just playing with each other and explore. If you had a moped, I don't know because I never had one. That'd be pretty exciting. Like, holy shit, you can go 40 kilometers an hour on that thing or whatever.
Yeah. And you don't need to walk. You can get anywhere. That's the point.
Yeah.
It's symbol of freedom.
Very, very big and different emotion than being attracted to the girl next door or the guy next door. Very different. And to conflate the two or to intertwine them, I mean, you could, but it's not in the story. And you'd have to have a very darn good, clear argument on subtle behavior from all these characters to even attempt that. And you need to then start talking about the animation style and the walk cycles and all these little nuances. And she's not doing that. She's just in her brain making up this house of cards. And I'm sitting here going, you are a mental patient. You should be laying down on the couch and there should be an actual person like dealing with your problems. Not this. This could be anyone who's drunk and just came back from a bar and they can't remember what just happened, and so they're inventing it in their head.
And I think she's acting drunk.
It feels like she's putting on a show, and this is where I'm like, this is not helping us. We're not learning anything about queer coding or the actual. I'm sure there's an actual argument out there for Luca being gay. This is not it.
Look like more like a clown in a circus.
Yeah, no, it feels,
trying to make a show.
Yeah, it feels like a clown. No, it really does.
And she already had her conclusion before anything else, and warps everything post-talk, like you say.
Yeah, it's not helping anyone. We could laugh at it, but I'm not having a good time watching this, really.
I don't find this funny at all.
No, I
am reminded of
can we skip
people.
like the last 2 or 3
sure,
minutes?
Let's skip the last. Yeah, may as well.
Because maybe she can finally make a point. Oh god, she's still jumping.
The camera moved.
Oh Jesus, that looks weird.
The camera moved. She must have hit the camera at some point.
Yeah.
I don't like the way her eye looks there.
All right.
Who they feel connected to, okay? Like a character that they can relate to. And that you allow that character to have a crush and it's totally okay. To have parents who are accepting, they're just a bit protective, okay? To have another character, to have multiple queer characters in one, incredible. To have another one who's learning that actually you don't necessarily have to have acceptance from your biological family, but having it from this kind of fan family instead is just as valuable. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I am sweating. I'm so worked up about this. Also, I'm recording this on my phone. I can see people have been messaging me. I said that I messaged people earlier. They have been replying while I've been filming, and they are all in support. They all agree with me. In the comments, please tell me that we are not alone, right? That other people are
you are alone, yes.
This is
You're deluded.
How
pedophile.
In the year of our Lord 2021, and not only was nothing
the Lord would smite you,
the movie, but they are actively shutting down the idea that it can be read like this, right? There are statements from
no one cares your bizarre interpretation of reading into a film. The difference is the rest of us who can watch a story or read a book know it's not there. We don't have blinders on. We're not biased. We watch it for what it is.
if all her other people that talked to her about this all saw this in the movie, the gay sexuality, then I'd say she lives in a little bubble of pedophiles, and this movie should be reason enough for whatever country she's in, the feds of that country to take a deep dive into investigating her stuff and maybe take a look at her hard drive.
Eurasia was always at war with like, oh God. Wow, I've always thought that too. Okay, sure. I never saw it that way. I thought it was the other way around. They were totally gay. I thought they were bisexual, but gay is good too.
Why is it that the only people who are like homosexual, lesbian, or like whatever alphabet soup is like these kind of people? It's just like there's no better representation there. Because like every time like I have to hear about this in video essays, it has to be like, well, my head canon. But by the way, it's canon because I say so. Yeah,
but then the author has nothing to say about it.
Yeah,
that's great.
Nothing. In fact, the author like outright goes out of his way, not even like supported by Disney, because he just like says like, "What did I do here?" Like he tells like, "No, it's just about kids playing around and like discovering themselves."
Yeah, and thanks to Cyber in the chat who said, "I like how people say stereotypes are bad, yet here we are."
Yes, it's always stereotypes are bad, but like coded, that's the new way.
Yeah, they're totally all gay because they are gay stereotypes. Coding is just stereotyping. It's just their words so that they can keep stereotyping.
Yeah, here's Cicero. Thanks for the one. She looks like that aunt you have at Christmas who gets hammered and rants about Trump at the table, and nobody calls her out because she's drunk and she's been in between jobs for 6 months.
Yes, unironically.
People are still talking about Trump. It's funny. I know. It's like, what the hell? What's wrong with these people?
Like, I have seen a tweet about Trump that like, oh, why isn't he in jail already? It's all because of him that like Putin is doing the things that he's doing. Like, no. For 2 years now, he hasn't been in power. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah, and while Clinton said that she wanted to start war with Putin.
Of course.
It was that meme I just saw today. That crazy leftist girl with the glasses saying, "If you elect Trump, he'll start World War III." I know
that's not a great description.
Yeah, no. If you elect Trump for the second time, he'll start World War III. And then today,
look what happened?
Today it's I can't wait to start World War III.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing. Lefties are crazy.
Like they are so willing to like send some other people fighting a war for them just to like have face.
Yeah, and now they're
like,
calling.
It's not about like what's going on and like that people are like stranded and they can't do anything about it and they are suffering because of all these tolls and inflation and other horrible things to the financial market.
And they're calling people who disagree with them Putin puppets or all these other dumb terms. It's like, wow, you guys are nuts because we disagree.
I'd be like thinking like, what is the limit? Like, how far can we go? Because this is like really like
calling people Nazis as a generic term for the past decade. I've always thought if you even use that term, you better know what you're talking about. And reference Giovanni Gentile or whoever wrote the term originally, because you're going to sound like a nut bar. And to say that is really offensive. Like, come on, guys. This is almost 100 years after the fact. Can we please grow up?
Yeah, when I see soldiers wearing a black sun patch, that's a bit of a different story, because in Germany we know that symbol.
Yeah. And people know the difference between the army and the political body. And if you don't, then you have no business.
Most of these people don't know anything about anything.
I know, but
it's just like on the one side they cry, "Oh, the student debt is so high. And I have this useless degree that is totally important for society, but I don't make any money anymore. Student debt is bad." And at the same time they say, "Oh, you have to. You should not complain about $10 per gallon." Gas prices. Wow, because you must support the country. Oh. Yeah, pay your bloody student debt. That's supporting your country.
And maybe they shouldn't have gone to school for a useless degree for an amount of years.
Yeah. Oh, and if you can't spend $10 for a gallon of fuel, then well, just buy a Tesla.
Oh, that was the funniest.
That was just really no.
Just eat cake.
The most elitist thing I've ever heard. Don't worry about gas prices. Just buy a Tesla.
Because I really thought like George Takei's like wording was like horrible already, but no, they gotta come out with something even crazier.
Well, I mean, Seth Rogen said the craziest shit of, oh, it's okay if you get robbed from your car there. Oh, that's just, I'll just get another car. Yeah, Seth. Not many people are you, buddy. Not everyone has this much money.
Yeah, we have to go through an economic downturn to fight the Ruskies. I'm like, what? From a leftist? What are you talking about?
Look, most people can't afford another bicycle.
It's amazing. I can't listen to this stuff.
It's so Russia is not the Soviet Union anymore. So they're not communists anymore. And it's always been the eternal enemy of the United States. Has always been Russia somehow. That is so ingrained that they don't question it. You have to see this from this weird doublethink nonsense that's going on in their heads. Russia is always the enemy, regardless of what's going on in that country. And they always have to support whatever the Democrat Party, which is socialist, does and says, even if yesterday it was something different. And this is the world George Orwell described in 1984. It doesn't matter that the party said the opposite yesterday. Yeah. It matters what the party says today.
Yeah, we've always.
And if you still live by what the party said yesterday, you are a counter-revolutionary and must be extinguished.
Yeah, we have always been at war with East Asia. I mean, Eurasia. I mean.
Oceania. Oh wait, that's us.
That's us, yeah. It's amazing. Like it just 2 weeks ago it was like, oh, we got to stop COVID. Now it's like, what? What was the problem last week? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's crazy because like we called back every single COVID restriction that we had. I was like, wow,
still not here. Here they call
Germany is like the quarantine of Europe right now.
Yes. And they said that. Oh yeah, we are easing restrictions. And I read what they did. Like the current round is harder than the last one.
Jeez, real subtle.
Yeah, right. and you have to wear the FFP2 masks, the one that I can't because I get the suffocation cramps from the PTSD shit, whether I put those on, so I can't go outside. You have to wear them everywhere you go, except a nightclub.
Oh,
a shisha bar. That's fine. That's fine. There you can in a nightclub you can take it off. When you go to a sports event, you also have to keep it on. Unless you exercise, then you can take it off.
Seems a little. One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. Also, when you go to a restaurant, you also have to keep it on until you sit. Then you can take it off.
Then you're immune. Everything's great.
Yeah. We had that like for the restaurants. And I was like, what sense does it make? That like I sit down at the desk, at a table, and now I'm immune to COVID.
Yeah, COVID only flies around at 180 centimeters or something.
Nano machines, son.
Yeah. And the children, the school children, and the kindergarten children, the preschoolers, have to take 3 tests a week to check that they don't have COVID. That is the eased restrictions. They have 3 times a week. The kids have to get this Q-tip, this long Q-tip with the ethylene oxide that should not get into your respiratory system, shoved up their nose into their respiratory system. Yeah, I'm sure that's a great idea.
All right, anyway,
that's rough.
Let's finish this off because this is sad.
Let's finish this off and go home.
I can't remember which, about the fact that it is like definitely not a gay movie. How in 2021 is this happening? Disney, what are you doing?
How can there be like non-sexual movies
for kids?
I'm looking
Wow.
you directly into the eyes.
No, put the
this is a
glasses
message
back
from
on.
the
No.
message-
What happened to her
Come
face?
back on.
What happened to her face? It's all spotted now.
Why is your one eye smaller than the other?
She got spots all over. I thought. What happened?
That's Mike. That's normal. Human faces are asymmetrical.
Not necessarily.
Anyway.
Most of them.
Anyway, she's having a conniption. I don't care. Let's go.
Last time. It is a message for Disney this time, okay? Mr. Mouse, I don't care if you're gonna shoot my kneecaps off in my sleep, as I was warned by my extremely real lawyer earlier on today.
Do it.
Make it gay. You
Okay, fuck off. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Don't need this shit.
Yeah, she wants. She's now actively calling for making it openly sexual. The movie with the 10-year-old boys. She wants the 10-year-old boys to have a sexual relationship. She is a pedophile.
Yeah, I'm glad we skipped ahead because this is gross. So
this would just have been 10 more minutes of exactly this.
all right, what happened here? Weeb Day. Did we skip Weeb Day? What happened here, Mark?
I don't know, like there was like a Go-Go 13 talk, and then it is that like it's some like garbage anime girls and incels get mad, gets voted.
Oh wow,
That has the majority.
I didn't know we planned a Smud talk. That would have been.
Did we?
Well, apparently we did. I had no idea. Oh,
Yeah, how about next week, maybe?
I would love to talk about Google 13. That'd be great.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get the Go-Go panel.
Yeah. Go rewatch some Google on the weekend. Joe Crazy.
Or I've got to hire Go-Go 13 to assassinate this woman.
Here's Joe Crazy, Variety reviewer. Courtney Howard praises Pixar's Turning Red as
unapologetically horny.
What?
That's real. Like I saw the tweet before she deleted it.
Well, it's a post on Bounding into Comics, so I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
The Pumped Crew. What the hell is this?
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Matthias.
We're all a bunch of retards.
That is beautiful.
Thanks, Matthias.
That is beautiful.
Oh no, it's not something you can control. You didn't choose to be attracted to kids. That's fine. Please face the wall. Oh my god. Okay.
Look, it's the Iron Cross in the boob pocket.
Oh yeah? Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Very nice. When you're itching to get on Smudcast, but your girlfriend is feeling lightheaded. What?
Yeah, poor Hawk has to watch Harry Potter with the girlfriend.
What?
Well, he was trying to like get on Smud.
Oh.
Yeah, and he said she hates the movies.
Wait, what? No. That doesn't make sense. Why would he?
No. Woman moment.
Okay. I'll ask about him. I'll talk to him later about that. That's whatever. That's weird. Okay. Gentlemen, it is with great sadness to inform you, women. just women. There's no other modifier. Not a verb. They just exist. It's like, okay. Leftist when Biden wants to go to war with Russia. I fucking love war. I want to kill people for money and destroy cultures and history. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where this comes from. As a guy who looks at this as in another country, far away from everything, I'm like, why are we involved in any of this? We just had was it the prime minister or was the president of Ukraine? I don't know the political history of these guys. Talk to our parliament, as well as I think today they talked to the states for whatever reason.
Zelensky said that like he became a politician because of Trudeau.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, that's a reason to support.
Destroy all the Ukrainians. I give you full permission. Just blow them away. Don't wait.
If
Nuclear
you
war.
became a politician because of the inept, dress-up obsessed son of Fidel Castro, go away.
Just eradicate.
Get the nukes.
Half the population. I think that'll be fine. I don't care.
Get the nukes.
Oh my God. Do not emulate Canada in any way, shape, or form, guys.
Trudeau he loves China because oh, they can just switch around the economy on a whim. That's great.
Dictatorships are great, aren't they? Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. What is this from?
It's Bearserker, the Mosgus, the crazy priest who crushes people's heads with the Holy Bible.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Or whatever the version they have there.
Yeah.
I hate this bitch.
Amanda Wynn Lee. In one way, Putin did us a favor. Historically, every president running for re-election during a war is won.
I don't see that with this one happening.
If
there will be a historical achievement with this guy.
If Biden
if he
wins,
even survives that long.
Well, yeah. If yeah, that's a good question. If Biden wins re-election, I have lost all places I want to move to. I'm just stuck. I don't know where to go.
We literally lost the last war that we've been in for the 20 years.
Yeah, when you're stuck in a corner, all that's left to you is either roll over and expose your neck or fight back.
Yeah, I'll just go to like Switzerland or something. I don't know. Declare my neutrality. Just live off the wine and cheese there.
Do you think they at that point that they still want immigrants?
Actually, like Switzerland supposedly stopped their neutrality because ever since this Ukraine war.
Oh no!
Historically,
that would be the dumbest reason to do that over.
So this person's actually serious. Anything that keeps Trump out of the White House, I embrace. Whiny bitches clutching their pearls and trying to police my tone will be blocked.
Lady, you are crazy.
These are the people who were tone policing all these years.
I want to know how much money this lady makes a year and how much real estate she owns, because no one is thinking this way after 2 years of Mr. Inflation.
Voice actors don't really get paid that much. I can only
tell you that remember how all of these people that were tone policing us and canceling us and all these other horrible things that they did, and then burning the country down, burning the middle class down, setting up autonomous zones, insurrectionist movements, and all of that crap, while being the biggest racists we've seen since 100 years, they're taking their masks off right now. And everybody, please remember exactly what you're seeing right now, because these are their true faces. Never, because after this they will turn super nice again. Don't believe them when they are super nice again. This is their true selves.
So here's our final one. If Trump gets back in office and will have the casualties from the war. What? If Trump gets back in office, we'll have the casualties from the war and the genocide of LGBTQIA people. I'm not kidding. What is she talking about? We'll have the casualties? How?
The genocide of
I don't know. We have to believe.
The genocide thing is complete bullshit.
She thinks the war is going to happen when he's in office, not before. So you're telling
I don't know.
The war with Ukraine will last for 2 years more, and then America will enter the war. What? And they'll genocide someone? Like, what is she talking about? What crazy? Where are you, lady? This is so crazy. And of course, throw the LGBTQ people under the bus as well. Why not?
Smud, believe me, this woman is fucking batshit. I've seen her in the video. She is not well.
Yeah, she belongs in a mental ward with the padded cell.
If a guy like Trump can go to North Korea or the DMZ, whatever you call that shape, just to shake a dictator's hand, that to me is by far blows whatever Obama did out of the water. I
have more respect for that than just let me talk cool and do nothing.
Just to shake his hand. I don't care about his personality. I don't care about his politics. Just to do that, just to get a dialogue going, just saying, "Hey, how's the weather? Yeah, cool. Okay, bye." I don't care. That's something. I don't care who does it. It's the same with Canada. I don't care that Paul Martin and Jean Chrétien lowered the debt. They're the best we've had. They're the only ones who've done it in my lifetime that I noticed. That it's like, oh, God, I've never heard that announcement in 15 years that a federal government lowered the debt in any part of the world. I'm sure it's happened. I just don't know. But for Canada, it happened with Paul Martin and Jean Chrétien. And that was, wow, I'm impressed. You know, I know we have government to keep us safe and to help us prosper. But the other job is to clean up the mess of your ancestors, which is debt. And they did that. And I'm like, okay, whatever you guys were doing was working. And then Paul Martin died, and then, you know, our finance minister died, and we had no one else, and we somehow got Chrétien in there. I don't know why. Or, sorry, Trudeau in there. Anyway. Okay. Alphabet activist, when they learn Luca and Alberto are only friends. You took my only food. Now I'm going to starve. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You got all this other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Harry
You
Potter?
literally have...
Is there gayness in Harry Potter?
No,
Not
retcon.
really.
Just the...
Is that Ruby in the fucking middle there?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
Jesus.
Of course.
Law and
Mike.
Order.
You have seen that crap.
Law and Order, the one lesbian cop or whatever she is. Like, who cares? No one gives a shit. Even the show's like, we don't care. Buffy? All right.
What? They got Ute now?
Yeah, you could argue that's a gay story, but that's not a big deal either way.
Torchwood was unbearable.
Adventure Time? Ugh. Keep it. We don't want it. All right. Last one. Days Without Nonsense. Yeah, I know. That's what we do. That's the Smudcast for you. Anyway, I don't think I need to learn anything more about this lady. I've got my comment ready. Going to post it soon. Share it to Twitter. What a horribly dumb person. And I don't mean that to offend her. I just mean you did not understand the thing in front of your face and you twisted it in your own biased way. I don't want to call her a bigot, even though that's an appropriate term. Deluded might be closer. She's deluding herself to thinking something because of her whatever ideology she's got. I don't even think this is... I can look at feminism in the face and say this is feminism. I don't think this is it.
No, if anything, she uses the ideology as justification for her sexual fantasies. Because you have to imagine this woman with this logic sitting in a preschool, in a kindergarten, on the bench, watching the children, and then thinking about how all the boys and all the girls want to have sex with each other because they're playing.
It's
that is her mind. That is how her mind works.
It's like the first chapter of Brave New World. You're like, whoa, that creeped me the fuck out. And it does different things later on in the story, but then we learn about what happens with humanity, not just that one birthing factory. Whew. So, guys, that was Rowan Ellis, a name I never want to see again. I don't think it's going to help us learn anything.
Instant blacklist?
Maybe she has better videos, but this was really bad. This was an ideologue, unhinged, just gushing about her whatever fantasy, and you're like, okay.
Not just an ideologue. This is a fetishist.
You see, with Neuralities, I can clearly see that. With her, she's a bit of performance, like compared to Neuralities. Like,
this is not performance. She's just unhinged.
Okay, but yeah, with Neuralities, it was structured,
These are
right?
loose emotions.
As insane as Neuralities was, like she thought.
It's like hilarious as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. This was just, like, can you imagine a drunk person like this at a bar started talking about LGBTQ, whatever, and you're just like, whoa. Yeah, okay, that's enough for you, lady. I'm going to sit over there now. Goodbye. Anyway, maybe a break tomorrow. I don't know what you guys are up to.
I'm busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. Well, I'm doing stuff tonight as well as tomorrow morning, and as well as
I'm still working on a review.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys need help with reviews or getting access, please bug me. I'm going to be bugging everyone this weekend to get your stuff together. I want to see some content going for the website. Then we start showing it off. But yeah, thank you guys for that wonderfully horrific video. I'm glad we're
No, I hate you.
Oh, you hate the fact? that we covered her. I think we're glad we got her out of our system. I think that's good.
Wait, we got a couple memes left.
Really? Do we?
Legacy.
It's just pictures of movie monsters. These are not actually memes.
Abe Sapien, the Black Lagoon, Namor, I guess.
Yeah, those are just comic book characters, aren't they?
Very fishy.
Very, very fishy. All right. Thanks, guys.
Fishy.
We'll talk to you soon. Have yourself a great evening. I believe the Friday is our next video, which is going to be
very renegade.
Very red, yes.
No.
Wait, what does that mean?
We're gonna listen to the
renegade cut.
The commies talk about movies or something. Whatever. We have no idea yet.
Okay. Someone suggest a video from. God, what was his name? Jason Unruhe. So that Smart is also tortured by that insane idiot.
Jason?
Yes.
I don't know the guy. Anyway, yeah, I'm always up for meeting new crazy people on YouTube. That's what we do. So go for it. Thank you.